You just walk into a situation and the person who's there greets you with a smile. Seeing the smile, what do? You smile back. You encounter someone's blessing you. It's so automatic that you bless back. However, what happens if you enter into a situation, whether it's a family member or whether it's someone at work or at school or wherever it is, and that person starts to meet you with a ground, or they scream at you, they insult you? What's the way to deal with this? Should we just insult, scream, and frown back, or something else? This week's Parshat lecha, we're giving a very big message by Hashem on exactly how to deal with things. Hashem comes up on Vino and he says, whoever is going to come bless you, I'm going to bless them. But guess what? The person who curses you, I will curse. However, in Hebrew, it's not exactly the same thing. Because the bracha is a bracha. Okay, I get it. I enter the room, I smile, the person smiles back at me. Makes sense. But when a person is insulting me, what is it saying to do? Not the same word. The word kalala is like kal, to make light, to cheapen, to insult. When someone's insulting me, should I do that back? No, the Torah says, aror is to add light to the situation. It's never going to help anything. An insult will not help with, to insult the other. Putting someone down is not going to help when you feel like you've been put down. What do we need to do? Very clear, the Torah telling a very big message. It's just to add light. And that is key to Shalom Bayit. Then we move on in the Torah, and we have another important, such a key to Shalom, which is so needed right now in all aspects of our lives. It's needed inside of ourselves, it's needed inside of our country, our people, in our homes, everywhere. And it's a beautiful teaching, which is what? Avraham Avinu is given a mission. He says, Hashem tells him, go to Eretz Yisrael. I'm telling you to go, to leave. I want you to grow. It's time. Lech lecha, go to yourself. It's good for you. I'm going to make you huge. Okay, Avraham Avinu follows. He goes. And then what happens? He arrives in Eretz Canaan, in Eretz Yisrael. All of a sudden, there's a famine there. There's like no food. There's nothing. But Moshe Rabbeinu says that whenever there is a tzimtzum, whenever there is a contraction, there's a lacking. What is this coming to tell us? There's din. There's some strict judgment going on here. Avraham maybe looks at the situation. He says, wait a minute. I'm going to a place where I was told to go by Hashem. There should be bracha. There should be abundancy. There should be shefa. There should be so much good going on. What is happening here? He's now forced to go to Egypt, which is such a tsar. It's such a misery to have to leave the land where Hashem told me to go. He goes on to Egypt, and all of a sudden he's being threatened, killed. Paro, they want to take his wife Sarah. And when he turns to his wife, he says to her, what does he say to her? Something huge. He comes and he says, please, Amrina achoti at. Tell them you are my sister. Why? So on the surface level, he's saying, please tell them you are my sister so that they won't kill me over you. But there's something very deep here that Ramesh Rabbeinu brings. He says, what is achoti? Brings in the Zohar and also the Arya Kadosh, that we know before, when our souls are in heaven and they're in the Shamayim, they're up on top, there is always a pair. And the ish v'ishto, the ish v'isha, the man and the woman, their souls are intertwined, they're like one soul. That world up there is called the world of oneness. It's the world of achdut, of unity. Up there, says the Ari, the neshama is called achoti, my sister. We have this brotherliness to each other. We have this sisterliness to each other. We're one. Comes down, we come into the world of what? Of division, of discord. It's the world where the two parts of this neshama are split apart. And we're always trying to get back to the oneness of everything. So what happens when we see in our situation that there's a difficulty, we're having problems with Shalom Bayit, we're having problems bringing a livelihood, we're having problems in our work, wherever it is, we're having problems in our country, on our land, between each other, what do? Avraham Avinu is saying, if this is happening to me, this test, it must mean we need to work more on what? On achdut. He says, please, achoti, my sister, Sarah, we have to work on ourselves. We have to be more unified, because if we're in this mess, if we're in this trouble, it's for something. It's because we're separating, and we need to be more unified. So we learned two huge, beautiful, beautiful messages in this week's Parsha about the idea of unity, about the idea of how to bring more Shalom Bayit to our homes, to ourselves, to our internally, externally, to our people, which is what? Number one, we enter with bracha, we see somebody, we smile, and we will surely get smiled back on. But also, when we find ourselves being cursed, being insulted, what do? We don't insult back, we don't curse back, we don't make light of the situation, we add light to the situation. we raise ourselves up and those around us. Shabbat Shalom.